disconnect the wallet just because we don't need to be seeing all the buys and sells out here. All right, that's good. Music's good. Chat's up. Let's fucking go. Keep saying live stream shut down. I don't know why, but looks like it's rocking out. All right, let me get into this. We're going to be taking a look at Myro first and foremost. This coin has been doing absolutely amazing. Huge fan of this one as well. I've been calling this since about 4 cents. If you guys are watching me on the channel, you'll be able to take note of that kind of shit. So it's if we can see where this price is even lower. I mean, it was sense. We broke through that. We've started making highs, making higher lows. We're moving our way back up in a pretty, violent pattern, like way harder than this one. So there's a lot more excitement coming into this. This is just the first leg of this pump, and we got our second one. So you're going to be looking at these areas to start becoming your support, in my opinion. If this comes down, if this sells off a little bit, you're going to really look at between high 20s and 30s for this to be bouncing around if this doesn't continue to keep skyrocketing up. That's something I'm taking a look at. I've got a large bag of this. I'm not selling it. I think that this could probably break $1 just with the movement, the sentiment. I mean, Solana's moving its way up pretty damn good as well. So them going together, we're at $1.44 for Solana. Myro's at a market cap of 377 million. Fucking not going to say the rest of those numbers, but it's pretty good numbers there. The holder count 41,700. Not bad at all. I'm loving everything I've been seeing. I hope you guys are paying attention to the stuff I've been showing you. And back in February, this is really where I started covering this. Right here was your best opportunity, and I started loading up a little bit. Once I got some more liquidity, I really pumped in my bags right around these dates right here, the 7th, 27th, 28th. And fucking couple $1,000s profit just off of that. All right, so that's the first token I mainly talk about once we get in here. So I'm going to go down and we're going to take a look at the next one on deck. We have WIF. We were talking about this in like 50 cents. It's like $2.06 right now. It's absolutely insane. Let me pull the chat up here, guys. If you guys wanted to comment anything or put up any coins, feel free. Definitely appreciate all of your support. Let me pull this down here though. All right, cool. So here we go. We got WIF. Let this screen load up a little bit, and I don't even know if y'all can hear me all the way. Got 22 people in here. Word. It's good. All right. So again, guys, look at this. WIF, dog with hat. We know what's cooking with this one. We're at 2 billion market cap with this one. Fucking amazing. I kind of got the feeling that you might see some of these other coins kind of get up there, like WIF, Myro, maybe just because of the excitement with them. But another Solana coin at the 2 billion mark is really good to see. 72,189 holders on here. And if we just go take a look out on the 3-month, and just kind of going over the same thing, we saw these points where we can get in, and I call it opportunity, guys. I'm not telling you to buy in. I'm not telling you, this is where you should get in, but this is where I see opportunity, and I'm going to share it with the homies. Like, I want everybody to eat. It's not just me out here trying to change my life. So right around here, I was talking about it. I was like, you can't really see the chart. There's this dumbass thing right here, but what's funny? We might fucking fill that gap. Because look at this right here. You just there's no reason for it to stop anywhere. You're in price discovery for the most part, and if you just If the momentum keeps going like this for a little bit, imagine with at $4. It'd be fucking crazy. But stuff like that can happen, and we'll be keeping our eyes out on that. Let's see. Oh, I see Julie Leslie's in here. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I didn't even know that the chat was up. But yeah, I'm excited to see Whiff kind of touch $4. I didn't expect $2 this quick. I thought we were going to be in this area right there, but we can see the excitement in here. And again, we saw all these pumps. We saw how the timeline reacted to all of these kinds of things. That's nothing compared to what we got here. So if you guys are holding on to these bags, good for you. Take profits. I do take 10% off of another bag just so I can feel like, I'm taking something off the table. I have a long-term bag where I really don't touch that. I try not to look at it more than like 2 or 3 times a week just to be excited when it goes up, to be straight up. But then I also will take a look at my other bag. I use the bonk bot because I can see the details and the P&L a lot easier and faster. And sometimes if it's just at like 100 some profit, I'm just scaling off 25 just there, just to have Solana in the bag. Solana's cooking. It's not a bad idea to have that. And you never know. You never know the next play that somebody drops in a group chat. So you want to keep dry powder. You want to keep liquid. You want to keep fucking cash on hand. If you're not, you'll be stuck in this position, seeing all of your homies make money, being like, I got nothing. Like, unless you know how to use leveraging, whatever the case. We're not talking about that here. All right, let's move on. Whiff's looking good. We're going to take a look at Bonk. Bonk has been doing quite amazing. It's been getting, I think it got that award for like meme coin of the year or something like that. Pretty fucking cool to see that kind of thing. Bonk was the first video I ever did on my YouTube that like went viral-ish, I guess. It was like 4,000 some video or views on that thing pretty quick. And I don't know, it was pretty cool to see that because I didn't know much about it. I just knew how to trade coins just a bit. And yeah, it worked out pretty damn good. I didn't hold my bag because it could have made me a millionaire. Let's just take a look at that whole situation. Back in, what was it, 3 or 4 months ago, if you're holding your bag, this thing had this crazy run up. A lot of people missed out on it, but look at what it's done since then. Like, we got this stuff for free, 2022, 2000, like that Christmas. So you had to hold it all year long. But this had this significant run up right here, and we've filled that gap again, guys. Like, look at right about here. It's kind of hard to see it. But you see this little leg, see this little bit of like congestion right there. That's the same top. You just follow a little dotted line around there, and it broke out all the way through. It broke through down there, and it found some resistance. But it looks like this is going to be our new level of support and resistance if it continues to channel across or whatever the case is. But just take a look here, guys. When your conviction's low, just remember this formation typically happens with good coins when they see a little bit of a downside or a slowdown in the market, which is good. You need to see that recovery because it's like everything took a deep breath right here and then was like, let's fucking take this one to the next notch. So we have a nice movement, very similar to this one. You had a little bit of a difference right there, but I think this has another leg up. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything, but if we get bumped to a penny, that'd be amazing. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look at the price real quick. 4 zeros, 315, whatever the hell. You see it moving. But 2,943,000,000 market cap. This one's close to touching 3 billion. Again, another Solana coin at the Billy mark. That's amazing to see. 655,765 holders in this coin. Another banger. Everybody knows about Bonk, and I think you're going to see this thing probably hit 1 million holders at some point. I mean, you're getting close. You're almost 3/4 of the way there now. Getting 1 million holders in here, that's I mean, 3-4 billion. I don't know. We'll see. But Bonk is I think this is going to be one of the best coins just to like get into. I don't think you're late still. I think there's upside. But again, taper your buys. Don't buy everything at one time. 3 or 4 buys. Set your amount, how much I'm putting in. What are you trying to get from that return? Like, look at it that way, and then cycle that into your store of values. Cycle that into the things you want to buy. Buy whatever you want to. Go on a trip. I don't care, but do something cool with it. But all right, yeah, let's take a look. So Bonk's looking good. My bag's looking good, and we're just gonna keep moving down to my next coin, JLP. This has to be my favorite at like new coin. Oh, not that fucking stupid ass coin. It says the JLP. I really like JLP. It's the liquidity pool for Jupiter perpetual trading. It's got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Tether, USDC, and maybe another 1 or 2 in there. I don't know exactly, but I know that this coin has done exactly what I've been hoping for. running up, and every now and then there might be a little bit of a downside, but overall from bottom left corner to top right, you see an increase. This is just off of the the weekly chart or whatever. But if you take a look into the 3 month, and I tell you guys all the time, you should definitely take a look at the 3 month when you're looking at coins to get into. Best fucking coin or chart you're going to see in the 3 month. You're not going to see anything else like this in Solana. I've scoured these coins. I mean, show me if you know another one. Drop it in the chat. I'd love to see it. But you're not going to see a line like this. At any point where you pick a 16-day stretch, you've made profit. Even on sell-offs, they've recovered damn quick. Like you can see the last couple of days, people might say, no, it doesn't seem to be working out. Yes, look at it. It just went back up, like you can't tell me I'm wrong on that one. I literally see that. So this is a great coin to take a look into, guys. $5 seems very capable in the long term with this. That's a nice double up. That's easy. It's slower money, but it's slow money is better than no money. You know what I'm saying? Like the risky bets, like you can go all the way up, but you see how quickly it can drop off, and you can lose your ass on that. So this is one at least you see some kind of stability on this, on like a growing coin or something like that. I know some of the other guys that have bigger followings and stuff started talking about this mid-February. Bro, I was talking about this after I heard Deuce, and I told this on every single stream in space. Early February, it's when I was looking at this stuff right around here, and it's like, that's the best like proof of work right there. Like, look at that. So I don't know if you guys look to borrow against something, you want to put it in something that seems a little bit safer for a few days or weeks, whatever time you have just to pay that back, and you're trying to make something to cover the interest, this might be a bet for you. Take it, not financial advice, but see the opportunity for yourself. But yeah, the market cap, we have 247 million with this one, 42,965. Good numbers in that. I don't know the ratios, how much they correlate. Something I always kind of find interesting. I might actually take a look at that closer. I like data. I like being a data scientist on that end. Going back to school, like numbers were my favorite thing, and I didn't realize how much of a nerd I actually was. But yeah, I want to see the correlation with the market cap per holder, and see what kind of increases over like 3 months or something like that. I think that's a good test subject to kind of see if there's anything there. I don't know. Numbers like that with coins, you start to see correlations. But let's take a look at CWIF real quick. This is cat with hat. I almost faded this coin, guys. I'm not even gonna front. I got an airdrop. Didn't think anything of it. I literally thought to myself, great, another fucking coin with a hat on. And I didn't think, like, damn, if I'm saying that, that means other people already know this shit too. So I went ahead and let it do its thing. And as soon as it had that crazy dip in here, like, I ended up buying into this thing pretty heavy, and then dollar cost averaged myself down, because you can see here. Take a look at this real quick. So it's only been out for a little bit, not crazy. But this thing ran up. I missed all this. I'm not going to lie. But when we had this first, let me see if I can get this in a better chart for you guys. Show you what I saw. All right, this right here, this big leg down. I fucking went in. Like, I bought some little amount right here. I was like, man, the thing keeps running. And of course, I was top signal. They probably saw me a while. I was like, nah, we're good. This motherfucker drops all the way down here. All the way down here, and I was buying, like, I kept having error after error. I was like, bing, 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 send. I was on my phone buying at the same time, just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just trying to get as much as I could, because I knew that this was going to recover. And I did sell some up here just to have some profits. I didn't expect it to kind of take this downside. I put this chart together once it hit this point right here. I was like, all right, let's see where we're going. Basically what this is like the I guess you call it Fibonacci extension. Use a bottom mark, top mark, and a point over here wherever it was. They crossed over there, and it kind of followed it, bounced on this line, all these points right there, and then it broke through, and it's been on the increase. So that's what we wanted to see from this downtrend to reverse and start working its way up. So I like to see that. Looks like it's kind of following this trend line right there now, like all the way up. So that's something you want to watch. I don't know, but this isn't fucking TA 101. This is just happened to be on here, so whatever it is, it is. But no, cat with hat, man. I really like the coin. It's got the good narrative. It's the only cat with a hat on. It's the only cat coin. That kind of stuff seems to be pretty good in this space. But the thing that really impresses me and kind of like just puts all these other coins the same is how quickly this coin came to existence, where it ran up to 466,961 holders on this coin so quickly. It's kind of nuts. 463 million market cap, banger. I mean, this only took a matter of a couple of weeks to develop into that. So if this is the first run up, I mean, you guys saw when we first opened this chart, it was just a flat line, and we had this big spike up here. This is the first leg up here. You can imagine this is probably going to try to reclaim that. Now that we have this mark here, is this going to cup and handle? That's kind of my guess. I would see this try and recover that right here. So if you didn't get any of this action right here, this would be where I would start to look at. All right, so there's a couple tops right here. If you look at that little dotted line across right there, and then down here on the bottom, like this mark right here of this top seems to be a good like support. I don't know, maybe not, maybe a little higher. It's finding better supports. Whichever the case is, if it does channel, that's where I'll be looking to try to find the bottoms to buy a little bit. But I'll take my time with this. There's always going to be other plays out there. Like if you missed every other play and you happen to see this one and just throw a couple hundred in there, you would have made, you know, I think a couple 20,000 or something on that one. And it's doable, guys. Like, you just got to believe it's possible, not fucking throw everything into one play, space it out, look, do your own research. Like, this is just to show you where I'm finding opportunity and the coins that I think are going to be fun to invest into. So nothing crazier than that. These are meme coins. They're not all going to be here. I think, like, on average, there's like 97% of these coins will be gone by the end of the bull run. So, I mean, take that into consideration. Look at 2021's best coins and see what's still here. So, all right, Harambe. Dick's out for Harambe. Let's do it. This is fucking hilarious. I mean, it's Harambe. Everybody knows. I was watching gorilla videos attack people this morning because of Harambe. I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of funny. But everybody knows Harambe. That's the narrative for me. Once I kind of realized that, I was like, all right, this coin's got a chance to do something kind of funny. We got enough G-Gens here. We got enough people that like this kind of stuff. So let's check it out. It's got a market cap of 47 million, 10,313 holders on this coin. Not too bad there, but right now I would honestly consider this a smaller cap considering some of the coins and the numbers that we're seeing with these. It's not really a crazy big coin, but it's Harambe. It's funny. It's got the narrative. It's at 4 cents. It's hit a top of about 9 cents right here, so it has a potential to hit the double up to reclaim its all-time high. Likelihood of this happening, in my opinion, is good because you see these kind of like bullish flags kind of forming, breaks down, comes right back up, but we're finding resistance right here at this 8 cent mark. So if we break through 8 cents, I mean, I really wouldn't count these too much as like, these are just spikes. This 8 cent mark, if we hit that double up in this channel, we can get back up there and it doesn't come back down like it did these 2 times, you should see, you know, this running up for price discovery, maybe being into the, you know, the teens or the 20s or something like that. Something I would keep my eye on. But the fact that we're seeing pretty similar charting, like it's just kind of zigzagging, you get that down, back up, down, it's just bouncing right there. I'm gonna keep my eye on that. If it comes back down to the 3 cent range, you might want to grab a little bit more. I don't know, but like you see inverted head and shoulder pattern popping right there, comes back up. So this is showing good signs and like good strength. Like you see, when you see these patterns pop up in charts and you can kind of identify them, that's a healthy chart because most of those patterns are formed from the habits of traders, investors alike. So when you see these kind of things pop up, all right, so you got good numbers with your market cap, good amount of holders on here, good narrative, funny coin, Solana, no fees, easy to hold on, easy to take profit. Why wouldn't this thing keep running up, start going up 20, 30, 50 cents? I don't know why it wouldn't. I just can't tell you why. It's Harambe. You know, if somebody comes in here, they'll be like, fuck it, Dick's out for Harambe. They think it's funny. That, you know, that's all it takes for these things. It doesn't even have to have a website sometimes. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I'm sure this thing has a whole community, but I saw the name. I saw it pop up on my timeline. I went in and said, let's go. Let's hold on to it. So I'm just probably 10, 13% up on this coin, to be honest with you. Nothing crazy, but it's profit, and I'm going to hold on to it, see if we can break all-time high with this one. So let's move it on. I saw Daddy Bonk pop up, and I was like, no way. And when I said no way, I was like, that should be the, you know, the signal for, I should probably look into this one. Holy shit, there's 85 of you motherfuckers in there. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate it. I don't even know what's going on in the timeline. I'm terrible with streaming. I just know how to start talking and looking at this stuff. So I got into this, saw a little bit of price action. Bonk was going crazy. All the announcement of it being a cool coin or whatever was like going out. So I was like, this probably is going to stick around. I bought it in somewhere around this area just a little bit, but I put it on my radar. I saw a little glimpse of hope over here, making new highs, higher lows. So could we go back up for all-time high? Maybe. Is it a long-term coin? Absolutely not. This is something I'm just kind of playing with, see if I could turn a profit on this one. This isn't in my long-term bag. This is in the bonk bot, so I can see when I'm at a point. Like if it's at 30, 40%, I might even take 50% off that one, see what happens. Because if it comes back down, I got a little bit more paper to play with that one, or I can just say, all right, run, do your thing, moonbag it, whatever. But they only have about 1 million market cap one here, 11,000 holders. So that, go back to the last coin. We saw, quite a bit more money in that one, and there was like 4 times the amount of holders or something like that. I think it was, whatever the case is. That ratio right there is kind of ugly to me. To me, that says there's a lot of bag holders. There's a lot of people just holding on, hoping to get out. So when I see that, I kind of think, all right, when this does run, you're going to see a lot of people cheating out because like they've been holding on to this, not trying to sell for a loss. That's just my inclination. I could be fucking a bozo and not know, but I'm going to ride with that one and see what happens, because that's a lot of people for a low amount of value on this coin, which means somebody's down, right? At least that's kind of my theory. Either way, when you see the spikes up and you start to see people cheating out of these, like, don't always be shaken out of your position. Just kind of look like, all right, are these people recovering their losses, or are they trying to, I don't know, fucking just get out and move to the new coin? End of the day, it's their money. We're all playing against each other here. Like, it's all family. I want you guys to win too. That's why I explain how I fucking take profits, how I get out. Do I win all the time? Absolutely not. Especially when I do 100x leverage trading on Jupiter. Not doing that shit today, but that shit is fun sometimes. And the name of the game is, man, like, you gotta take a chance on some of this stuff. You see it all year long. Like, you should have been studying things, but like, you see it, and if you don't take a chance, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about this one because it's just a silly little coin, and it just looked too dumb not to throw like 30, 40 bucks into this one. 60 super low market cap, 60 or 647,000. And again, this has a lot of holders. But look at this little spike up there. That's cool. I like that. But look, you got like 9,900 holders on here. Not even a million on this one. That's a dangerous coin because people are going to be trying to get out, in my opinion. But it's pretty early. It's pretty calm. Doesn't look like too much wildness has been going on here. So take that as you will. Not financial advice. This is a risky play, in my opinion. I'm not super fucking pumped on it, but I got some, and it is what it is. I'm probably down on it, not gonna lie, but it's like 30, 40 bucks. It's not money that I'm scared to lose, though. That's the main thing, is like, all of these, like, as much as I don't want them and I don't expect them to go to zero, if they did, I am okay with it because I fucking knew what I was getting into. And I've secured profits along the way. I've been saying this. If you guys are just getting into this, it's not a bad idea. When you see a good number, take 10% off the top. If everybody's tweeting about this new market cap or new stat that they hit, or new record or whatever, milestone for whatever coin it is, look at that as an opportunity. Like, well, I want to take something off the top. Do I want to, recover some of these profits? Because somebody else probably is. And it's not a bad way to look at it. So let's look at our favorite stable coin that became an unstable coin, unless it's restabling at 74 cents. We'll see how that goes. But we're at Jupe. Jupe, guys, I cannot say enough good things about this coin. I love JLP more than Jupe because of I think the steady growth. It's like JLP is a bet against the market, or for the market. It's people trying to win with or against it, whichever the case it is. And like, most times they're not right. So I just think there's going to be liquidity going into that. That's my opinion. But back to Jupe. All the tools, all the things it's doing, the platform, the LFG launchpad, everything Jupiter does, all the swapping. Like, when you do this, like, most of the people that got the Jupe drop didn't even know that they were earning one while they've been just participating on Solana and the ecosystem to begin with. Like, most people did not know that. I kind of knew we were doing something, didn't know how it was going to work out, because this was my first bull to bear market, back to bull market, just to see how that kind of went through. And, I had a pretty good return on that one. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, This came out. I sold around 69 cents as soon as we had our first, initial drop because I wanted to buy some stuff and improve the quality of my life. That was my main reason to get into investing, trading, buying any of this stuff is because I wanted to make more money at the end of the day. Met a lot of great people along the way, so fell into the communities, and some of these things became a community holder. But I saw a lot of controversy, a lot of talk going on with this coin. What this damn thing load up? Let's go to a month. But I saw a lot of like talk with this coin and people kind of like not sure about it. So I just figured, you know what, this is probably going to go down. It just doesn't seem like it's going to go like everybody's super bullish. I wish this would just like go the right way. But anyway, we saw it go down. I definitely sold around 69 cents. I held on to a bunch, and I was doing a lot of the bridging and not the bridging, the DeFi stuff with Meteora, Camino, and all those kind of things where you can provide liquidity. So when I was able to take the profits there, I let this thing kind of run down, and I bought a little bit more back into like the 40-cent range. Nothing crazy though, because I wasn't like too worried about it. I just think that over time, Jupe is going to be a couple dollar coin without a doubt. I mean, this is what we had right here, kind of stayed flat right there. Then we finally took this. But again, remember our favorite thing right here, this cup and handle. Like, this is what we wanted to see. We got it. It filled this whole entire gap. We made new all-time highs. Now we're finding new supports. Now we're making a W pattern right there. We're starting to see this kind of get a little bit more excitement. More people are talking about it. There's going to be more coins, more use cases, more protocols, more reasons to be involved with Jupiter in a just grand scheme of things. And I think you guys should take a look at that, considering this incredible run up there. Like, it's not a straight line, but it's not, it's kind of wild to see it go up like that. But just look how much of that pressure is just relieved. It just took that big belly and just went, poof, took off. Like, that little leg right here can be the handle. If you look at the cup and handle situation, then it spiked up here. Now we're finding support right there. See if it holds. See if my charts work so we can actually look at this together. But Jupe's a good coin, guys. I don't see any reason to sell it. Taking profits if you want to, but I feel like this has a lot more room to go. We'll see what happens with it. I mean, Jupiter, that company is not going to stop providing or creating or innovating or growing or doing anything like that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on with the chart right now. My best personal opinion is to just hodl this one. This is a good one to hodl, like kind of like JLP, ride it up there. Just pick your extra points. Decide, am I going to look to sell when Bitcoin is at this point? Am I looking to sell when Solana's at this point? Like, look at the market caps of the bigger coins, wait for these things to follow up with them, and then make your decisions based off of that kind of thing. That's a really good way to kind of look at it. But again, it's your fucking money. Take it all off the table if you want to. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just going over meme coins here. Let's take a look at crypto Twitter. I got a really small, risky bag on this one. Nothing crazy. Probably like a couple, like 30, 40 bucks on this one, I think. But I got this one just because it was kind of trending like this Twitter token down here, and I liked it. And everybody still calls the apps Twitter. So I don't know, crypto Twitter made sense. I didn't get the whole run up. I got part of it, and I was like, let me just hold on to this. Let's see it kind of perform a little bit, give it some chance to, do some things, and see where we're at with it. But I think these have the funny narrative that, it's called X and we still call it Twitter, crypto Twitter, all of that in general. I just think it's kind of like the vibe. So we'll see how this kind of performs on out. Trying to get a better view of this overall here. So like I said, guys, always zoom out. Take a look. Like, even if you're only in it for the short, just take a look. Maybe you missed something, Maybe that is all we have for the chart. But we saw all of this kind of finding support. It was making higher lows in some aspects here when you zoom out. But we sold off. We came back down here. This was your re-entry point. Reload the barrel because this thing is making higher lows on this. It's making a better, healthier looking movement up. Higher highs right there. Will this break new highs? We'll have to wait and see. But that W pattern right there, this could work. This could be that cup and handle situation again. You got to take all this into a little bit of consideration. It is a meme coin. People say you can't chart them. I seem to have pretty good luck with it. But, it didn't look like it confidently broke through there. That's why it kind of came back down here in hindsight. So we'll take a look at that. We'll see where this goes. If this does break back up, you're going to be looking to get in this range, in my opinion, until we get to that all-time high and break the new ones and get that price discovery. But crypto Twitter could be a good coin to put in your watch list. 76,000 market cap, 3,000 holders on that one. And then we're going to take a look at Twitter. Twitter is more of my personal favorite because of JPEG Phenom. A lot of you guys might know him on the timeline, but he started this coin out of an idea. I was in the DMs with him, and he told me, he was like, bro, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I know how to get in touch with people. I know there's people out here, and I had a great idea. So he went with it, and I'm glad he did. And the thing was, he was just sending this shit out to everybody. I think he sent me like 500,000, and then this is a story I was telling to people, like, this is why I fuck with this dude and this coin, because like 3 or 4 days after it launched, he sent it out to everybody, and like there was like some people bitching that they didn't get an airdrop or whatever. He still reached back out to me because of our conversation and sent the other amount that was going to go to Dean from Doodle Devils and Founder Without Abs, because he was another kind of dev on his own, just running a coin. He sent it back out to him like on principle. So I fuck with that heavy. Like, so I'm gonna talk about the homies coin. Like, I got no other ties to it other than I respect that kind of person and those kind of people in this space. So we saw this have its amazing run up there. It fucking took off. Like, this thing, I think I took like maybe that first thing he gave me was like $3 or something like that, $350 or something. I took a little bit of profit on there. Then it started getting to this range. I sold everything off, and then I bought back the same amount back down here, but a little bit more as it's been riding there. I didn't sell off on any of these. I have not sold off on this. I want to see this reclaim this area, and it's kind of starting to sit on this support, becoming resistance over here, as we can see. All the way across, it looks like it's been struggling to break through that area. It looks like the market cap of 300,033 right now. So we'll see what happens. 8,256 holders on this one. This is one of those coins, though. It's got a community. It's got close people that like want to see this do well, and more than anything, the homie running the coin wants to see this be successful. He's been in the space for the entire bear market, so it's not one of these people that are just coming to try to throw a coin out there. He put his name to it. Those are the kind of convictions that I like. One thing, etiquette, especially with these kind of players. Like, there's not as many people in here, so you can affect people a little bit differently. Etiquette when you're trading. You don't have to listen to this. You don't have to take this advice, but it's good. And I think you get paid more in the end game using proper etiquette. Etiquette means not selling your entire bag at once. But again, it's your money. Do whatever you need to do. I promise you, I won't be upset. I will not be upset, because if it's a good coin, people are going to eat that dip up. If you sold off 50% and let people eat up that 50%, you're at a higher point and you still got half your bag. You can sell that higher. You're going to make more. That's proper etiquette. That's not destroying a chart. That's not being disrespectful or whatever. That's if you care that much. Some people don't give a flying fuck, and I don't blame them at all. I don't care at all. Some shit, I'll tell you straight up, this is a risky play. I'm cutting it when I hit my profit. It just is what it is. I've been in this game long enough knowing that being the nice guy is not always going to get you paid, but over time that shit will provide. So again, these are fucking meme coins, so some of these aren't going to play out over time. They're going to be like, here's your opportunity, figure it out. That's on you. But etiquette is something. Just look into it, talk to other people, get in group chats, go into spaces, be like, yo, what do you think about trading etiquette? Some people might be like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So just open up the dialogue and conversation, man, because like, people trade better. You're not going to see ridiculous fucking price action with charts. I mean, you still might see the hype go in there, but I don't know. Do what you fucking will. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We're moving on to Founder Without Abs. This is another token. That's why they're side by side. This is Dean, the Doodle Dev, or Doodle Devils founder over there, but he decided to launch his coin Founder Without Abs because there was a coin called Founder with Abs that apparently wasn't finding success or was right, whatever the case was. He wanted to just see how hard it was by himself to do it. So he put a lot of time, money into this one. This one is a very low market cap. This is a very high risk coin, but with the person that's behind it, I've been able to find that this is something I'm a little bit more confident in. So take a look at this one. 135,000 market cap, only 1,401 holders with this one. They've got a Telegram. I know the homie's working every single day, weekend, and staying tied to this. This is I wouldn't be talking about it if it didn't have the potential that you guys see here. Will this fill this gap? I do not know, but if it does, holy hell, that is a come up. So these are the kind of things. You don't have to go balls to the wall. You don't have to throw your whole life savings into these kind of coins right here, but these are the kind that a couple buys here and there, set on a DCA bot or whatever on Jupiter, and say you're putting a soul into this and buy every 2 days or something like that, or every 5th day, whatever you want to do, whatever your strategy is. You can see this has only been around for a little while. It hasn't really had time to develop, be put into anything too much, but I know that they are going to be entering in the hackathon. So they're going to get exposure over there. I know there's partnerships that have been in the works on the back end with a lot of this. So again, why am I talking about it? Because these big candles are other people that see the same thing going on with this coin. That's not a bunch of buys. It's usually one giant buyer, one big investor that is putting their money where their mouth is and believing in this thing. So a coin to take a look at. I mean, you can see some, once you get a little bit closer, you can see over here, there's a couple points where it's been coming up here, and hey, maybe it's going to be coming back up there. You can start gauging it however you want to. Something to put on your radar, something to keep following. I know that they're active every single day. When I say they, it's Dean over there doing his thing, eating donuts, making fun memes out of this. But take a look at that one as well, and we're going to keep the ball rolling. We got GME. This is a coin that I really, really like this coin just because of the the whole GME, GameStop, all of that. I think it's good for the culture. I think it's part of the culture, and that's what got me into it. It was what's it called? AMC and GME. When all that trading was going on, I got into trading with the traditional stocks on that, and I didn't know shit about crypto. My Twitter is my first and last name because I had no idea that you were supposed to dox and people were dying. I just had no clue. Brand new to this, but I got into it because of this. So when I saw GME, I saw the homies behind it. Like there's a World Series. Or not World Series. There's a what's it called? Wall Street Bets of Solana as well. Another pretty funny one that kind of ties into the same narrative, in my opinion. But we're going to zoom out a little bit and take a look at the price action here. We have 22 million market cap here and 21,000 holders, 679. They had their nice initial run up here, like every coin seems to do pretty well when they come out. They had these two big spikes, which I really was interested in to see what would happen. We've come down, we've sold off, we've found a belly, a bottom, and some support, and we like it right here. It looks like that looks like right before the breakout, which is pretty interesting. Not right before it, but just generally in that area. But this W right here, nice show of a W, how strong they can be to turn this tide around. And the whole narrative, now we've been finding support. It found that whole gap right there. If you look at those right there, it came all the way back up here, filled that up. What you'd like to see here, where's that? All right, so that's basically where it's at. Kind of came through here. That W tried to reverse this motherfucker, but it did not work out. So now that we're seeing these kind of rounded ends right here, and it's kind of moving in this direction, I'm wondering if this is going to start making a leg up, or if it's going to consolidate, keep chopping across. But with 21,000 holders in here and $22 million invested, I don't think it's going to disappear. You're seeing slightly higher lows. So that is something cool. If you just want to see that real quick, guys, we'll just do it. Trend line. All right. Doesn't have to be perfect. If somebody says it does, they're tripping. I'm telling you. It doesn't really matter that much. It doesn't look like it's going to work for me. So whatever. You guys get the idea. Shoo! And boom. If any time would be now for it to come back up here. If this comes back up to the all-time high to 1 cent, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what could happen with this coin because, oh, look at these little trend lines I fucked up on. There it is. Let me delete that guy. That's why I wasn't showing up. All right, so if we look at this right here, all right. So if this comes down and bounces over there, you can follow that trend, but we want to see this keep moving to the upside. Just keep this in mind. That could be the slow growth until it finds the momentum and the spikes and everything it needs to ramp back up. See the correlation with the market cap and the holders with the price of Solana, all of those kind of things you want to watch. But if you think this has what it takes, you go to their Twitter, you like their spaces, you like what they're doing in general, the Telegram, you think there's enough conviction. Like I've heard people come in and talk all this shit like, yo, this thing's going to the moon. And this was around this area. And I was like, yeah, be careful with that because obviously this kind of stuff typically happens when you have all of this excitement. It never goes straight up. You have to have a little bit of recovery now that we're starting to see this kind of action, I'm gonna leave this here. We'll come back at another time and see what's going on. But I want to put that on your radar. Now, the Shib with hat. This one's pretty good because it's Shiba Inu. Killed it. I made the most money. The first time I've ever made, a significant bag was off of Shib. So I saw that on Solana. I was like, oh, this is great. Let's get into this one. This is making a slow increase. Nothing crazy. They did have their initial spikes and all that kind of shit. But this is 100% a meme coin. I know nothing about it other than the price action had me interested. The funny name. So I threw a couple dollars into it to see what could happen. It's not doing terrible. It's not falling flat on its face. So it's something you might want to keep your eyes on. Just keep in mind, anything SHIB, like if somebody's coming from Ethereum, they say SHIB, Solana, this might pique their interest. That's what got me interested in this one. That's why I'm like, maybe I should buy into this one and see what we got. So we're going to hold on to this one. We're going to see where it breaks out. I would like to see it come back up to this area, to the 1 cent range up here, 1.69 or 0.0169. But we'll see. The support looks pretty good. Everything in here, I mean, it shows me that this has potential to continue making some kind of move in the future. Don't put your whole bag onto these things, guys. Space this stuff out. You don't have to buy everything all at once. And the last coin I'm even going to talk about, just because I fuck around with the Ghost Kid DAO, I fuck around with GKD. It's one of my favorite projects that ever came out with Solana. Some of the best rating I've ever seen. Some of the best, just in general, community and like put together. Like Ghost Kid was one that kind of did that, but they've had their ups and their downs, and they kind of fell off a little bit. Not sure what's going on with them exactly, but I've seen some excitement with them. But this is their coin Boo. I might as well just take a look at the year on this one because it's not going to make much sense otherwise. So yeah, you guys can see like this thing has been coming down, but when this thing has been rocking, dude. Dude, look, like this is a coin that has its opportunities from time to time. There's been mints in full Boo where you've seen spikes in this coin. Not all the time, but if you like the coin, you like what they've done in the past, you think that they have any chance to go back up to where they've been before, bottoms like this is where you like to pick up little moon bags just to see what could happen. Forget about it. Throw it into the ledger, whatever you got to do. But this is something I picked it up to do the awakening with 2 of them, and then I ended up winning one of those YOLO things on Tensor. That's my PFP now. It's fucking sick, and I'm absolutely psyched with that thing. But I did buy a little bag of this, like I think it was $25 worth of Solana I spent on this one just to hold on to it. It was a lot because of how low this coin is right now. It's only at $56,000 for the market cap. There's only 4,200 holders on this one. That is not a good ratio. That is not a healthy coin. I am not suggesting that you guys pick this up. I'm just telling you why I did. I'm a Ghost Kid holder. I wanted to hold on to some of the Boo. When I see coins that are around OG projects, I'm going to buy a little bit of it just to have exposure. In case anything good happens, I'm going to be part of the upside. All it takes is a little bit of cool shit to happen, and these guys have been known to make some noise. Just for me buying my NFT, just for me awakening the 2 NFTs and buying those ones off the floor, those little disc things, and winning that NFT, I think 6 or 7 people have like mentioned that they bought a Ghost Kid, or they were looking at them, or they were posting their recent buys. So I also saw that they're working kind of like the dude Shadow was posting about it, like they're doing something, rebuilding, whatever the case is. The website's different. A lot of things I liked about it. This is not a Ghost Kid show. This is the token Boo that I wanted to talk about, that it was on my watch list and why it was. But that's it, guys. That's 43 minutes on the dot. 123 of you guys tapped in today. So I hope you took something from that, saw some value that I'm finding into these coins. Some of these coins are on their all-time highs. They are not positions to be buying into. You're going to want to find some resistance or supports to enter at that point. I do not suggest buying things that are breaking all-time highs today, last week, or yesterday. That can be a very dangerous place where your bag goes all the way back down because it's time for everybody to sell off. It only takes a little bit of that for that cascading effect to sell all the way off to happen. So be careful on that end. But with that being said, guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out for the Solana meme stream. And this is Solana Made Simple. I'll catch you guys Sunday night, 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're powered by Gakstein Media. Doodle Devils, the Sharkify ambassador with those dudes over there, and I think, is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care of yourselves, have a good day, and touch some grass.